Hi friends, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm Genevieve and you might know me from previous years of KickstART. I run I'd Rather Wear Roses. I teach flower crown workshops, so you might have come along and had a photo in the flower crown photo booth or made your own flower crown. So today we're going to do something different. We'll be making some crafty little things out of recycled or upcycled items that you probably have hanging around the house. The first thing is one of these tin cans. I have an abundance of these things in my house, and I've been looking at this thinking about what on earth to do with it. I'm sure you have lots of great ideas, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a plant in, and I'm going to paint it. Done. So I've painted it white and I've put this beautiful radish plant in there. And now I'm going to teach you how to make a macrame plant hanger out of an old t-shirt. So let's go get some old t-shirts. I recommend using a t-shirt that's got some stains, some tears, anything that can't really be sent to the op shop, okay? So let's go. Oh, and a pair of scissors. And a little tip, it's a lot easier if your t-shirt is made of cotton. So there we go, I've got my t-shirt, and this is just an example of what we're going to be making, okay? So it'll look a bit like this, pretty simple, but what we're going to be able to do is pop our plant in there nicely like that. And that is really strong. That can just hang up on a little hook in the garden or even in the house. So without further ado, let's get creating. First we'll chop off this seam at the bottom. We don't need that, but you can use this bit of the t-shirt as a nice strong kind of cord or a tie for something. I've cut the bottom seam off, and now I'm going to cut strips in this t-shirt. So I've doubled it over. I'll cut strips of about 2 centimeters wide. And I've just doubled it over to make it easier. You don't have to do quite so much cutting. And so this is what you'll end up with. You'll end up with this loop like this. I'm going to cut the ends off. Just that little seam at the end there. Cut the other one. Now I've got a strip like that, and I'm going to pull. And what will happen is it will kind of curl over on itself, and what you have is a lovely piece of t-shirt yarn. And so you're going to do this another 4 times until you have 8 pieces of t-shirt yarn. Okay, so I've got 4 pieces of blue here, and I'm also going to use 4 pieces of red just to make it easier to see what I'm doing. And I'm going to put all the ends together. And you might be wondering, what if my t-shirt yarn's all different lengths? And that doesn't really matter, because at the end we can either trim them so they're all the same length, or you can have a nice tassel, I'd say, of different lengths. Okay, so we're going to do a big knot at the top there, just like that. Sorry, you make it look like a big octopus. Now we're going to go around and tie knots in these strings. So tying 2 together. So about what's that, like 15 centimeters down, tie a knot and tie the two together. I think this is such a nifty trick to reuse old t-shirts, and you can make something so beautiful. So next we're going to, again, we're going to separate the legs up. Reds together this time and blues together. And I'm going about 5 centimeters down now. So the first one's about 15, second one 5. Okay, now we're going to spread the octopus legs out again. And tie reds and blues together. 5 centimeters down again. And now, last thing to do, pick it up, and if you have a lot of length left on your t-shirt yarn, you could do another round of knots, but I don't have much space. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie all of those together about 5 centimeters down again, tie a big knot with all of those, big knot. And there we go. Doesn't look like much right now, but once we put our plant in and hang it up, it'll look divine. Let's do it. Plants in. So the next thing we're going to make is a cute little origami crane earring. And in a time of zooming, I think earrings are one of the most important accessories that we can have. So I think it's very timely. So what I've got here is I've got some super glue, pliers, scissors, a ruler, a magazine, an old earring, which is just too heavy for me to wear, so I'm going to use the earring hoop from that, and a little piece of wire. I have salvaged this from a bracelet, but like a little bit of wire is fine. This one has a little hoop, any wire is fine. So let's get started. First thing to do is peruse your magazine and find a page of something that you like the look of and you want, like some kind of print that you'd like on your earrings. So I'm going to choose this beautiful yarrow plant. And remember, if you want 2 matching earrings, make sure you've got enough of the same print. And I'm going to measure 6 by 6. And you can make them bigger or smaller, whatever you like. I'm going to cut out that square. I'm basically just making my own origami paper. I actually like to carry around little bits of origami paper that I make like this. Like if you're going to a family dinner or something, it's nice to take them along. Get everyone involved. I've got an ant on me. Doodly. Now, I'm going to make my crane, and I'm not going to actually demonstrate how to make a crane right now. If you know how to make a crane, go ahead and do that. If you know how to make something else out of origami paper, you can make something else and hang them on your earrings. Otherwise, I recommend going on Google Images and just searching like origami crane diagram and getting those little diagrams up of how to do it. So now, next thing to do is grab a piece of wire. Now it needs to be quite firm wire, so not super bendy. And just pierce a little hole in the top of your crane. It'll come out the bottom there. Now I'm going to grab my super glue. Make sure you've got something underneath you if it's like, you know, your grandma's antique table. I'm just going to dollop a little spot of glue right there where that wire's coming out from. Put some on the end of the wire there. Ooh. And now, oh, I forgot to mention, I also have a little bead. And I'm going to put my little bead on there. Now, super glue is super handy because it dries really, really quickly. But you might need to just, if you're using craft glue, let it dry for a little bit longer. Okay, and now if you need to let it dry, you can make the other earring while you're waiting. But I'm going to go straight ahead and attach it to my earring. So I'm going to use my pliers, and if you have smaller pliers, be much easier, but this is what I've got. And since we're not wanting to be wasteful, we're just trying to use what we've got, aren't we? There we go. I've just opened that loop up on the earring. I'm going to pop this in there. I've got a little loop on the end of the wire, as I mentioned, but you can just make a little loop. Now I'm closing off the loop on the earring. Nice and secure. And there you have it. Cute little zoom-worthy earring.